Commence primary ignition.
Hello, this is voice actor Anna Graves. I am the Duchess Satine from Star Wars The Clone Wars, and you're watching Virtual Cantina Network.
Hey, everybody.
So, another edition of Clone Wars Revisited, brought to you by the Virtual Cantina Network. Tonight, it is exciting night. It is review night. It is go back and remember all the wonderful scenes of season 2 and talk about all the cool stuff we saw this season. Yes, we've got all of us, and we've got a special guest that's going to be joining us soon. So
Yeah, we've got a Cher Costa new with us this week.
Yeah, Costa new is coming to hang with us. So, Mark, tell us about last week. You got some stories, don't you?
Many adventures.
So many stories. I'm actually just sharing this to the group right now. So give me 1 second.
Yeah.
While I'm doing that, Skip and Ashley, tell us about your far inferior weekend to the weekend I had, I'm sure.
The far inferior. I love it. Yes.
I mean, you're not wrong, but
I was sitting at home cussing you all out as I saw every new picture come up.
I was like, really? They're in the fire truck? Oh, I was so dramatic about it.
Bitches. As my grandfather used to say, the old favorite some bitches was coming out. Damn, son of a gun.
I went full Lily Aldrin. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, and it
was
rained.
so much fun.
No, we had
do stuff.
We had a good weekend. Enjoyed ourselves. Got to play and do some of my favorite things this weekend, and enjoy actually what was pretty good weather. We had a little bit of rain on Sunday, but otherwise it was a great time here
And you
in the
have
beautiful
your
mountains of
hubby.
Western North Carolina. Yes, Toby, wild man that he is.
Oh, he's so freaking cute. Does he do the little Sheppy Sharky bites?
Oh yeah. He'll
Little
lick,
nipples.
and then bite. Lick, like it's kind of like let me bring you in, and then let me bite you, and then let me bring you in, and let me bite you. Just lick 2-3 times, and then he'll take a little bite, and I'm like, yo, needle teeth. What's the deal there? We're up to about an 80% comprehension that it's okay to pee out and poop outside. If we can just get him to understand that the other 20% of the time it is not all right to do it inside, we'll be set to go.
I think once he's on a schedule, he'll be okay.
Yeah, he's getting there. I mean, this is tomorrow will be 2 weeks he's been with us. So,
yay.
yes, so you can check out my Instagram picture for very cute pictures of Toby.
It's adorable.
His
His
very model-esque look that he has.
Yeah, I just worked. Worked and did some art. Oh, and I went to see, it's not entirely true. I went to see Black Phone 2.
Oh, how was it?
It was crazy good.
I heard it's really different than the first one.
Yeah, it leans more into the supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, and there are like a couple of deaths that happen, and it's a very small group of people who are trying to solve this mystery, and 2 of them die unexpectedly, and nobody cares. That was the only thing that I just couldn't wrap my head around. But I liked it a lot, and I know Joe Hill was happy with it, so yeah, I think it's worth seeing. And Ethan Hawke is like phenomenally scary. Like you don't get to see too much of his face for obvious reasons.
I've
But
heard that he's incredible. I've
Mhm.
also heard that there's been a lot of fan casting for like a reboot of Nightmare on Elm Street, and I've heard a lot of people would love for him to play Freddy Krueger. And as this, without giving too much away, it seems like
Yeah.
this might be as close as we get to
Yeah,
that.
you're right.
Um,
You are
which could
absolutely
be
right.
interesting. I'm actually going to I'm planning to go see that and Shelby Oaks this weekend.
That's a Flanagan
Oh, I
project.
know.
So I'm
Um,
kind of like
from Chris
nervous about
Stuckman.
it.
I can't wait. Look, I love indie horror. It's been such a great year for indie horror. It's been a great year for
Yeah.
horror in general. Oh, and I see our special guest has arrived. So we had a couple mysteries about. First up, I guess it's not really a mystery because we announced it. I'm going to be adding Sherry to the stage. Here we go. Hi, Sherry. You made it.
She's here.
Woo!
How are
I
you?
gave up on my other laptop. I'm on an old one, so I hope this works. But the other one's
Hey,
still
looking
updating.
good.
You are in the box and we can hear you, which is fantastic.
What is this mysterious news that Dave
Oh.
O'Neill's talking about RICC?
Yep. So two things. One, first of all, hello to Jason. Thank
Hi,
you, JB, for holding down the fort, especially while a lot of us were traveling. And hi to Sherry. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's
Glad
going to be
to
a
be
fun
here.
night of recapping and maybe even announcing some mysteries. So Rhode Island Comic Con. Rhode Island Comic Con. The only thing I saw was that Freddie Prinze Jr. canceled.
Come
So
on.
I mean, that's not a
well,
mystery. That's expected.
Not surprised.
There
Oh.
is
Why
some
does he even
Texas
book
news
these?
coming.
Why does he even book these cons anymore? I mean,
I don't know.
he shows up to maybe what a quarter of the ones that he books.
He probably has production scheduled. But that being said, I can't remember the last time I saw him at a convention. But
Motor City 2022.
the other event announcement that's coming out will be toward the end of the show. There's going to be some news about Rebel Scum Con being announced tonight. I think the boys are doing it soon. So, yeah, we'll be on the lookout to share that exciting news for everyone. But the point of tonight's show, other than I know people want to know about our trip. So just very quickly, I'll do a very top line very quick, and then we'll get into season 2 recap of the Clone Wars. We had something of like a management retreat this week, along with an event that we sort of tacked onto. So Wednesday was our autograph signing with Diana Lee and Asancho, which was very exciting, hosted by VIP Theaters. It went really well. Check out the Facebook page to see everyone's pictures from the event. It was
Lots of good
stupid fun,
pictures.
right? Like it was a great event. It was well attended.
The interview was great.
Chris Mock was so good, wasn't he? Like I was really happy with the way that turned. We did that live too, like that overlay. Jeff was our man in the chair. Chris was the interviewer. Diana, of course, gives a great interview. And she was so lovely one-on-one with each of the guests because everyone got to meet her afterwards, get a selfie, and or not a selfie, an actual photo. Like I was actually the photographer, so most pictures were taken by me. I was basically the handler for that. Joanna, the whole Chicago crew. It was Lila, Joanna. Who else was there? And there's like a whole slew. Chantel, Peter, and a bunch of new people that we met from the Chicago Force. Everyone was so lovely, but Chantel, Lila, and Joanna were like our scouts that went out there and checked out the facility ahead of time. We started calling them our Chicago garrison. Not to step on the 501st. I don't want a war, but those ladies got it done. So we had me and Jeff and Spencer and Frank flying out to the event, the Chicago crew heading up things there, and then all the attendees. And VIP was lovely host. Diana had a great time. Got a ton of things signed. I added her to my Mando poster. You know, much success, right? And then we were in Chicago for like 18 hours, and then we woke up super early the next morning and flew out to California to continue the rest of our like strategic planning and some of the fun stuff that we've been meaning to do for a while. So we went to Lucasfilm headquarters because I'm a licensee and I was able to get us a tour, and then we went to Skywalker Ranch, which was like truly a bucket list kind of thing. Got a personal tour from Matthew Wood that was insane, and then we went to Rancho Obi-Wan, which was awesome. I know Sherry, you were there really recently.
And I mean, I was awestruck. It was just amazing. And
it's incredible.
I hear that you got to go to a room that we didn't get to go to. And
yes,
you went to the fine art room.
the fine art room is mixed in the back now, but the room we went to was actually not the most impressive part. It was just a thing they're continuing to work on. There's a room that houses this like Jabba the Hutt display that had like traveled the country from another con.
Oh wow.
And some other animatronics and things that like literally don't fit in the door of like, this place is like a house. So the most of his collection, I think he said more than 90% is in storage and is still being cataloged. Sherry, were you blown away when they were like, oh, Anne came into work here and thought it was going to be a 3-week task of cataloging the collection. 19 years later, she's still not done. And I was like, girl.
She's like,
most of it is not cataloged.
Yeah.
And how much you get to see versus how much is in another storage facility is
unreal.
Outlandish.
I
and the other thing I was a little jealous of when we were there, Stephen Sansweet was not feeling well, where he usually comes and meets each tour at the end. Yeah. So he was unable to meet ours. But so maybe I'll catch him the next time if he's at Celebration. Because I do have a book for him to sign.
And he will absolutely sign it. He will, I'm sure he will be at Celebration 50 or Celebration 2027, celebrating the 50th. I've been calling it Celebration 50, which is not correct, but
which is kind of correct if you think about it. It's for the 50th anniversary, so I'll allow it.
So,
but I got to give Steve a black kyber crystal, like his first black kyber crystal, because he didn't have one yet, and we found 2 when we went to Disneyland in 2019. And then we drove from the Disneyland up the coast to Petaluma to see him, and he gave us a tour, and I was like, hey, have a black kyber crystal as a thank you. So tour for the crystal. It's good.
We're going to send him a little care package that includes like a bunch of our swag from Virtual Cantina, so he can have a little Virtual Cantina box with a bunch of our stuff. I also brought back like swag and gifts and stuff, so things will be going out in the mail before Rhode Island Comic Con is my intention, but probably after Halloween, just because I am drowning right now. But it was a really great weekend. We planned out a lot of what we're going to be doing as a network for 2026 and 2027. And I hate to keep turning it into like it was a business meeting, tacked on with fun stuff in between as like something of a celebration. Overall, we've accomplished the past few years, but I'm not going to bore everyone with literally our PowerPoints and org charts and goal setting and tasks and all that. But the stuff we have planned coming up, like this year is crazy, right? The amount of stuff we did. Next year seems equally busy. There isn't a celebration, but there is a family vacation. Texas will happen again. There's things happening across the whole year. New shows. We have a new show premiering on the network this week. Like there's just a lot of stuff. So it's all really it's very exciting.
New shows, new producers, new things,
new people in general. So
yeah,
it's great. Well, with that, let's get into our topic tonight and look back over what we've done for the past like 22 weeks over here. Can you believe it? Like another season has gone by.
A half a year.
Yeah. Sherry did this amazing job of pulling together like basically a Google Doc. I didn't realize at first that it was handwritten and you scanned it in. You are a trooper. Summaries of every episode and things we should care about. So let's go one by one. I'll do the first one and then we'll go around. So me to Ashley to Sherry to Skip, and I'm going to read what's in the Google Doc, and then we can talk a little bit about each episode. So we'll try to do like 2 minutes on each episode, 2 to 3 minutes to get us through, probably closer to 2 minutes to take us to 10 o'clock. So season 2 starts off with Holocron Heist. The moral was, I love that you put in the morals for all of these, Sherry. This is great.
Yes.
A lesson learned is a lesson earned. The Jedi are trapped on Felucia. Ahsoka put on guard duty for not wanting to retreat. She's assigned to the Holocron Vault. Sidious hires Cad Bane to steal a Holocron. Works with Kato, a changeling, to break in by impersonating a dead Jedi. I remembered this episode going in, and I thought it was a really good one. One, love Cad Bane, just full stop. Anything he's in, I'm all for it. And Ahsoka struggling with the responsibility of being an adult, thinking that she has the wisdom that she doesn't quite have yet, is always a good story. And it's a great way to kick off the season.
Yeah, I remember this being a good episode, and yeah, that's the she's showing that Anakin frustration that I want to be I want to be more and better and faster, And why isn't everybody giving me the respect,
Mm-hmm.
Just learn to behave that way.
And Dave is right. This is the bounty Caesar, bounty
Well, that's what.
hunter season.
Well, this was advertised and as the Rise of the Bounty Hunter season, but really, the bounty hunters only were in this first arc and the last arc, and then there
Mm,
was one episode in the middle. So
yeah.
really, only 7 out of the 22 episodes featured bounty hunters.
So about a third. Not a lot of rising.
Yeah, and in fact, in the
Just kinda
middle
there.
episode, the Jedi were working with some bounty hunters, so it wasn't like they were bounty hunting.
Yeah. That's I forgot that was the sort of moniker of season 2 because you're right, it doesn't really deliver on that promise. Interesting. Um, but overall, good start. All right, Ashley, do you want to do the recap for season 2?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, why can't I see it? Sorry, I got it right here.
My little handwritten notes.
Yep.
They're
Good,
awesome.
here. I love them. Okay. Let's see. Episode 2, Cargo of Doom. Overconfidence is the most dangerous form of carelessness. Anakin is on a mission to rescue Jedi Master Bolo.
Bolo Rajul, I
Yeah,
think.
I don't know how to say that. Master Bolo. We're just gonna call him Master Bolo. And the crystal which holds Jedi secrets. So yeah, that was another caper episode. Something got stolen. Another heist thing. They're really good with the heist episodes in these series. But it was cool to see Anakin work with other Jedi and just kind of see how much of a master he could become, quote unquote, or how much of a master he needed to be for Ahsoka in this episode. So.
Okay. Episode 3 was Children of the Force. The first step to correcting a mistake is patience. Bane escapes from Anakin and Ahsoka with the holocron containing a list of Force-sensitive children. Cad Bane is then given a new mission to bring 4 of those children to Mustafar, and the Jedi attempt to reach the children before Bane. Yeah, this was the end of this arc, and it was a pretty exciting one. And I'm trying to remember what the 4 children. I should have went back and looked a little more
This is the
closely.
one where there was an infant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like very little.
Very little. And I really don't remember much about the episode.
I felt like they kind of did like the same kind of episode in Rebels with like kind of the 3 specters and a baby kind of thing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they just like that trope for some reason.
I remember getting
and there was even a Bad Batch episode where Omega was trapped with other Jedi sensitive children.
Yeah.
But the amount of I don't know, I guess Dave. The amount of course correcting they're doing for like the cloning and Sidious wanting all these kids for Force sensitivity and the midichlorian counts and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dave says,
I remember
this
this
a kid
one.
show? Yeah.
I remember this one more so than the middle episode, and it's funny. If you tell me like they're kidnapping Force sensitive children, I immediately go to the Rebels episode because that's one of the things that the 5th brother and the 7th sister do during Rebels season 2 also. Weirdly enough, I was like, someone copy and pasted that situation. And I think Rebels does it slightly better, but
I agree.
this is still a satisfying arc, I think, and I think also sets up some of the stakes for the series.
Yeah.
Like Sidious is always looking for the future of power related to the Jedi and the Sith, and this would be exactly the way to do it. If the Jedi were recruiting toddlers to join their order, the Sith should be doing the same thing. Otherwise, what are they going to do? Wait for these kids to turn evil later? That's got to be harder, right? It's got to be much easier to kidnap them as babies, I would think. I don't know.
And you bring them
Let's
up
ask the
with
chat.
your belief.
Yeah, exactly. All right, I like that plan. All right, Skip, you're next.
Okay, Senate Spy, Episode 4, Senate Spy. A true heart should never be doubted. Anakin's homecoming interrupted by, is that Cat? I'm sorry.
A call.
By a call to Jedi Council. They want him to convince Padme to spy on the Senate Clovis of the banking clan.
Oh, Clovis.
Clovis
Yeah.
is nothing but trouble, no matter what episode it is, what season it is. But yes, an interesting episode.
Yeah, they need to stop pimping out Padme here. Like,
Yeah.
not fair.
Pimping out Padme.
Yeah. And Robin
Hmm.
Atkin Downs plays Clovis, the same guy who
Great
does
voice
Harris
actor.
Syndulla's. Yeah. Oh, he's amazing. Yeah, he does Cham Syndulla, which is Hera's dad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now this is not the episode where Anakin goes all crazy and she gets poisoned, is it?
I think that's the next.
I think it's later.
Okay.
Yes, later.
Yeah, that's what I think of when I think of Clovis is
Hello.
her getting poisoned and Anakin getting her back to the council and so forth.
I don't think that's this one. I know it all blends. This is why we're trying to do this recap, being like, what happened in these episodes? It's all such a blur.
Yeah. Well, it's 22
and of
episodes.
course, trying to see how it all fits together as a season. I mean, it's interesting that they were marketing this thing as a bounty hunter thing. From the outside, I would say this season is very bounty hunter heavy. But knowing that it was marketed as such, to Sherry's point, where only a third of the episodes have bounty hunters, it actually feels a lot less. So, what was the point of this season? I couldn't tell you.
Well, and there is one episode, I can't remember which one it is, that actually takes place before the Clone Wars movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, in chronological order, it came in season 2, but in actual order, Sarah would love this.
Mm-hmm.
This happened before anything else, but I can't remember which episode it is.
Oh, I think it's Cat and Mouse.
I can't believe I watched all 7 seasons and didn't realize that they're not in chronological order. I'm like, how the heck did that happen?
Yeah. I think it's Cat and Mouse. Oh, good. Sarah's in the chat. Help us. You're Sarah Barnes. You're our only hope. What is the first episode of the Clone Wars chronologically? Is it Cat and Mouse? I believe it is, which would be season 2, episode 16.
Yes, Christophus.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Really?
Because Colin joined us for that too.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, this is one of my favorites." And then we were all like, "Oh, wait, isn't this the first one chronologically?" It's all blurring. I'm
pretty sure it's Cat and Mouse too.
How do you wait until the second season,
Halfway
16th
through
episode,
the second season,
before you have your first, what it should have been your first occurrence? I'm like, that just blew me away. And
they're like Tales. They're Tales, right?
I did not pick that up.
Of when Firefly was first shown on TV. Instead of showing that first episode where all the characters are introduced, Fox said, no, we want something with more action. We're going to put the train job on first.
Mm-hmm.
And you're all sitting there like, what is this? Who are these people?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, yeah. I remember that. And Spencer was busy watching the wrong show fully. It's so good. All right, let's move on to...
Almost like he was making sense.
Almost. Firefly. We will... All right.
Yes, Dave.
Yes.
One day when we are short on content, and may that day never come, Firefly. Here's the thing: Buffy the Vampire Slayer is coming back.
My mom is watching Buffy right now.
I'm
like,
legitimately toying with the idea of doing a Buffy recap show, but I can't imagine how many gay nerds out there are going to have a Buffy recap show ready to go. And all of the major, like all the big players, like the new rock stars and like the screen crushes of the world.
Yeah.
They will have a Buffy recap show. So we'll see. All right, I'm going to jump to episode 5 now. Landing on Point Rain. Believe in yourself or no one else will. That's the moral. Obi-Wan and Anakin plan an attack on a Geonosian droid factory, but are surprised to learn they were expected. So it's kind of a, it's a trap. this is another 3-parter, I believe, because Weapons Factory is the next one in this. And I missed that episode when you guys did it in the recap. I forget where I was, but I was traveling, and that's one of my favorites. But this is a good start to this arc and sets up like the beginning of what becomes Barriss Offee's whole situation with Ahsoka and how they become friends. So this is really important. Episode 5, 6, and 7 are really critical to the development of Ahsoka's character.
And even goes into episode 8 too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, with Brain Invaders, you're right. That keeps the Barriss Offee of it all happening.
How dare you question Joe Costa new?
Like, honestly, the episodes with Barriss and Luminara, I know we all love them, but like just the disposableness that Luminara treats Barriss with, and Barriss is like, "Oh, your master, shouldn't care about you because it's attachment," and it's like what she was trained, and it just laughs in the face of everything that she knew, and everything that Anakin and Ahsoka have gone through is the polar opposite of them, and it's crazy.
Yeah,
night and day.
I want to put these comments up real quick about the structure. So yes, Cat and Matt was first, and then JB adding to that, it was a prequel to Hidden Enemy from season 1, which both of these are before the movie. So yeah, we got to do a time. We should do like a Clone Wars timeline episode one day where it just covers everything. Maybe as we're getting into season 6 or season 7, we can do like a full recap of like what does the timeline look like, because season 7 truly is at the end of the series. So we could do like, here's everything chronological, just sort of the run through, and sort of a lead up to season 7. That could be really fun. JB and Sarah, will have you guys run point on that.
I would have never watched this series if I knew it was all out of order. No, that's too much.
See, I had the order before I started watching it, so I did watch it in the order it was supposed to be done.
Oh, you did? Oh,
yeah.
wow. What was that like? Do you think it was a different experience?
I didn't watch it when it was first on the air. I caught it later when it hit Disney Plus. So, yeah, I got to see the right succession of everything.
Interesting. I've never watched it chronologically. I've only done it in like I've seen the Mortis arc like 10 times, and then I'll forget sometimes that I should probably watch other things from and I rewatched season 7 like crazy, and I love season 6. Season 6 is so weird, like especially the whole Yoda arc at the end where he's like finding himself, like that whole thing. Yeah,
Yoda in the spirit world.
Yeah, Dark Yoda's fucked up. Like there's no other way of saying it. It's ooky spooky.
I always thought that Yoda thing was kind of like an LSD trip.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, he looked a toad or something, and then he was very one with the Force. I'm also gonna put up Dave's comment. Yeah, there'll probably be like 1 or 2 heterosexual nerds checking out Buffy. But yeah, I'm excited about Buffy when it eventually comes back. I think it'll be a good nerdy year next year. I'm hearing late 26, but who knows?
Who do they have replacing? Who's going to be the new Buffy?
She's still
from.
Buffy.
Yeah,
Buffy is still in it.
It's the girl from the Skeleton Crew. She played. She played Fern.
Fern.
Sorry.
Okay, hold on. So Buffy's still Buffy, meaning what's her face?
Fern.
Prince's wife.
Ryan Kiera Armstrong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they have a new character instead of a new Buffy.
Yeah, it's a sequel. It's not a reboot. Okay. So yeah, Ryan Kiera Armstrong is the new Slayer, and Sarah Michelle Gellar is still playing Buffy Summers. I don't know who else is coming back. I've heard that Allison Hannigan's coming back, but that's not confirmed. Yeah, we almost need like a Buffy special.
I heard that.
I almost think Buffy's going to be like a Watcher.
David Boreanaz is coming back. James Marsters is coming back.
How? They can't age, but they've aged in real life. What are we doing? The vampires cannot return.
I mean, even.
I don't think so. That's going to look.
They have de-aging technology, Mark.
They sure don't. I promise. Also, their bodies are different. David Boreanaz started lifting weights during the show. From season 1 to season 7, he's a completely different man. He goes from looking like he's 19 to looking like he's 29, because that's what happened. Like, and he looks different. And I know vampires aren't supposed to age. The only time he looks the same is when that vampire makeup is on. But otherwise, I don't know. All right, we're off on a tangent. Okay, let's
Still
get
want to do
back
Buffy
to
watch?
We
Let's
got
go.
yeah.
a bunch
We're
of
at,
season 2.
yeah, we're at Weapons Factory. So that's you, Ashley.
Okay, Weapons Factory. No gift is more precious than trust. True story. Anakin and Luminara unduly create a distraction while Ahsoka and Barriss Offee infiltrate the Geonosis droid factory to plant bombs to destroy it. Yeah, those droids, like how are they still working?
Yeah, this whole arc was is finding the balance point between Barriss and Unduli, who have like a completely different relationship than Anakin and Ahsoka, where there's a little bit more caring. You know, the question becomes: do you stay very is the right way to stay very unattached, or to understand that you can have a relationship but not base your decisions off of that attachment?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something I think Anakin also struggles with Obi-Wan, where Obi-Wan lost his master, who he's attached to. And it's just the whole how much attachment is expected between Padawan and Master, and what's precious and what isn't. And it's something that the fundamentals of the Jedi beliefs are kind of questioned throughout this arc between the four of them. So,
and of course, you know where I fall on this one. I think I would have been the like A+ student, kind of like a Barriss Offee or a Luminara, but then in practice, I would have been like, oh no, I'm very much like Team Anakin and Ahsoka over here. They like I can't do this like disposable, heartless kind of thing.
You literally live with this person 24/7. How are you not supposed to care about them? Like I don't understand this, but whatever.
Yeah.
I get that. Okay, episode 7, A Legacy of Terror. Sometimes accepting help is harder than offering it. Anakin and Obi-Wan enter the catacombs to rescue Master Unduli from Lord Poggle and Geonosian zombies. This was a creepy episode. They have all those Geonosian things. Oh, and I think this is also the episode where we see Anakin to Cayenne. No, I'm sorry, different episode later.
There's so many.
Yeah, but just the zombie-fied Geonosians, it was just so weird because they knock them down and they just get right back up again. And
yeah, the brainworms are really creepy. And there's a whole conversation that I think doesn't land particularly well about like the doctor saying that the virus itself has a right to life or whatever. As meanwhile, it's like killing all these people. Like he was trying to make a moral, sort of putting them on the same playing field. That the virus and then other people have the same inalienable rights or whatever. I don't know. It was not landing. But it is a really scary episode. This is a really great spooky season episode. So if you're looking for scary episodes to watch of Clone Wars, this is up there. I would say Legacy of Terror and Brain Invaders as like a 1-2 punch. I think that's a good choice. And I like the fact that like despite Ahsoka and Barriss having to navigate these catacombs very carefully and find their way to the factory in the prior episode, Anakin just like plows his way through, right, to go chase everything down.
Yeah.
Fully off book. He's like, I got it. We're going in straight into the heart of the beast.
Okay, so episode 8. Yes, now we get into the nose worms. Brain invaders. Attachment is not compassion. Barriss and Ahsoka lead a mission to deliver medical supplies to Kit Fisto, not knowing that one of their clone troopers' scythe has been infected with a brain-altering worm before they left Geonosis. You know, as part of this, my last comment about this whole Barriss arc is that I think the fallacy in the Jedi way of lack of attachment, some of the Jedi take that as lack of love instead of lack of attachment. and they don't have caring for, you know, the other lives. You know, it's like okay, you know, yeah. Well, if she dies, she dies. You know, if she lives, she lives. There's a lack of love, which is not the same as lack of attachment, and probably which what leads to the defeat of the Jedi um, in the end.
I agree.
Yeah, I think
Very
the
good point.
Jedi. It's a point. I mean, look, the point of the prequels is that the Jedi lost their way, and I think this is a perfect example of how.
Yeah, it's kind of the beginning of the end.
Yep. All right, episode 9. Grievous intrigue. For everything you gain, you will lose something else. Grievous captures and tortures Master Koth, so that's Eth Koth, who manages to signal the Jedi Council where his coordinates are. Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Master Adagalia plan a rescue, not knowing that Grievous has set a trap. Not another trap. Not a kidnapping and a trap. How could it be? This is a fun one though, although it's actually like really dark because I think they kill Master Koth. Does he get electrocuted to death?
Yeah,
Like, yeah, that's fucked up, right? Like they did do that.
it was pretty bad.
Mhm.
Yeah. I like seeing consequences for the Jedi throughout the Clone Wars, and we do know that numerous Jedi die. In fact, there's a whole thing with Adagalia and her cousin Stas Ali. One of them is killed by Savage Opress and then replaced on the Jedi Council, which explains the continuity differences between Episode 2 version of that character and Episode 3 version of that character. It's like the Clone Wars fills in a lot of these beats. I think it also shows that the Jedi are definitely defeatable. I mean, we've seen that in the movies, right? Like Episode 3, like no one lives, but throughout the Clone Wars, we see numerous Jedi meet their end, including Master Koth in this one, and Grievous is messy. Like he goes toe to toe with just about everyone across the series, and he's like weirdly effective. And we know he's going to make it to the end of the Clone Wars because we see him in Revenge of the Sith. But he racks up some good additions to his collection throughout. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, episode 10, The Deserter. That's you, Ashley.
All right, let's see.
And actually, while you're pulling that up, can I
Yep.
jump in real quick because we're getting some breaking news. You're gonna love this.
Bum, bum,
Paul
bum.
Lee was announced for Rebel Scum Con. He, of course, is best known for The Mandalorian. I'm gonna pull up the
Captain Carson Teva himself.
Carson Teva.
He's
Paul Sun
awesome.
Henley. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm so
he looks
excited.
great in his orange jumpsuit.
Yeah.
So you'll see him in Texas. They announced the dates too, which I thought were public. I just assumed it was a year later. It turns out it's a year later. August 7th to the 9th, Rebel ScumCon 2026 in the
Boston.
Frisco Conference Center. Yeah,
Again.
it's exactly a year later. So
okay.
yeah, but
Yeah,
whoever can make it to Texas, please come.
Yeah. The Deserter. It is the guest of honor that makes it honorable.
It's
the quest for
Quest
honor.
runner.
Quest for honor. Sorry, Sherry. That makes one honorable. Injured while hunting for Grievous, Rex is left at a farmhouse to heal while the family turns out to be a clone deserter in his family.
Yeah, that's a great one when he sort of meets this like almost what if version of himself, right? Because it's a clone, and this is someone who chose to leave. He was sort of a conscientious objector, essentially. And if more clones had decided not to fight, you almost wonder if it would have been better. Really good character study episode for sure.
No, I like that one, and we revisit them again in Bad Batch when
I was going to say that man
Yes.
makes a return.
Yes, he does.
Yes.
All the kids, and they hang out with Amiga. Dave said he just got a new Carson Teva figure. I need to order one because I don't have that, and I'm a terrible friend. I'm sorry, Polly. Forgive me.
And JB is reminding everyone, tune in next week for a new episode of I Know with Sarah and JB. They're going to be doing spooky season stuff.
Dave says, or I'll see you early when I set up the slides.
Exactly. They're doing their top scary moments in Star Wars. So, yeah, it's going to be good.
Love it.
All right, Sherry, up to you, episode 11.
Lightsaber lost. Easy isn't always simple. Ahsoka loses her lightsaber to a pickpocket in the slums of Coruscant. Jocasta Nu leads her to Master Tara Sinub to help track down the thief. And this is kind of a standalone episode, and I almost feel like it's a little filler one, but you're kind of led to believe that Tara Sinub is kind of this older Jedi, not much. He kind of moves slow and everything. But in the end, you find out that, yeah, he's just as sharp as he's always been.
He kind of reminds me of if you watch Kung Fu Panda, post the turtle master there. He kind of reminds me of him a little bit. So,
or when we first see Yoda in his great battle with Count Dooku.
I thought you were going to say R2D2.
That is Yoda's greatest battle.
It is. I want that torch, man. Oh, no, Sarah, no.
He does show up in Kenobi.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Oh, man. Still
not going to get over that.
This works well as a standalone episode because we get a really good character study of not just Ahsoka, but we really get like what makes Jocasta Nu work as a character and Master Sinube. And yeah, we get to see some of these older Jedi because everyone we're seeing is usually like relatively young and running around, other than Yoda, and being very physical. But the point is that being a Jedi brings wisdom, and that's what they deliver in this more than anything else.
I think that Dave Filoni was quoted recently as saying that Anakin is the greatest Jedi ever. Though I say, the student, I think, outpaces the master in the end, because I think that she shows in this that she can learn patience where Anakin had a hard time ever really learning or taking that lesson and putting it to work.
Mm-hmm.
So she's not as vicious and angry, but she is much better trained.
Yeah, for sure.
He was a lesson in what not to do.
Yeah.
If anything, that's why he was the greatest, because this is what you don't do.
But
I am curious to see what he does with Anakin in season 2 of Ahsoka. So
yeah,
he might prove us wrong. Who knows?
The Mandalore plot. If you ignore the past, you jeopardize the future. Obi-Wan goes to Mandalore to investigate rumors that Duchess Satine, his lusty friend, is building a secret army to fight with the Separatists. Instead, he discovers a plot to discredit her and take over Mandalore.
This is the start of This is the start of a 3-part Mandalore arc with our very good friend of the show, Anna Graves, a personal close friend of Skip, Anna Graves. What do you think about? What do you think about this one, Skip? I know you said you love it.
I actually I enjoyed this. There's the okay, what's going on type of let's find out what's happening in the background type situation, but also the flirty behavior between Satine and Obi-Wan was fun to watch. It once again proved that Obi-Wan's never going to break his vow. However, there's definitely a relationship that has been created in the past between these two, and I think they enjoy each other.
What I love about this arc is this is our first introduction to Mandalore. And to me, that was like kind of the highlight of the season, that we're finally we get to learn a little bit about them and how much Mandalore comes into play later, not just in Clone Wars, but in The Mandalorian and Ahsoka and everything.
Yeah, who knew that like Boba Fett's home planet, disposable bounty hunter from Empire and Return of the Jedi, gets all this lore built behind him, and then they just keep layering it on and making it more and more complicated as they go, and then it really works. Like this version of Mandalore that is created in the Clone Wars is leaps and bounds better than the Geonosian or the Geonosis kind of adjacent Mandalorian of Jango Fett and whatever else from the prequels. and helps give us everything we got from Mando and Book of Boba Fett and everything else. Like I love everything about, like, you're right, this episode created a whole stream that is probably some people's favorite stream of content in all of Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Super important. All right, who's next? Is it me?
Yes.
Voyage of Temptation. Oh, I'm so glad this one fell on me because it's got one of my favorite red flags.
Yes.
All right. Fear not for the future, weep not for the past. Obi-Wan and Anakin accompany Duchess Satine to Coruscant along with 4 senators. One is revealed to be a traitor, and Anakin learns the history of Obi-Wan and Satine. Yeah, we get a lot of good storyline here. Obi-Wan and Satine is so analogous to Anakin and Padme, and only it ended better because it ended. Sort of, almost. We think at this point, obviously there was a relationship there, but the best part of the episode is at the end when the guy who's holding the bomb, and Anakin just lightsabers him from behind, and everyone's like, Anakin, and it's like, no, that's what he should have done. It's absolutely 100%. He should have killed that man.
Hostages or prisoners.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Stop
what are we doing?
Man, if you really pay attention, when he does that, Vader's theme plays in the background.
Shut up.
Joe Costa fucking knew.
I know. I can't. I've never noticed that, and I've watched that episode.
Now I'm gonna have to go back and watch that shit before I go to bed tonight.
Yeah, but to be fair, we watched it on mute. So
Sure.
That's
Yeah,
true.
there
it doesn't say Vader's theme in the
Yeah.
subtitles. So
And
you devious lady, you.
And Anna Graves is tremendous in this episode, and so is James
yeah.
Earl Taylor. It's like the chemistry the two of them have is off the charts. So it's quite impressive. Oh yeah, and JB did point that out during the show. You're right.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we got good. This is why we brought on JB, Sarah, and Sherry into the mix.
Because
So,
we're just a hot mess.
Yeah, and like I said, we go in cold. Sherry's got a prepared Google Doc the way we did for Rebels. So we're gonna publish this as the addendum to the Rebels Revisited Google Doc. Love Voyage of Temptation. I think it's a must watch.
Too busy on a tangent. Oh, Sarah.
It's true. It's true. I'm screaming about Buffy. We're fighting about Firefly. I'm throwing down on all sorts of things that don't matter. This might be my favorite arc: Voyage of Temptation, Duchess of Mandalore, and Senate Murders, like all kind of play together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these are great. Okay, I'm gonna pass it over to Ashley.
Yeah, it's episode 14.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I'm just like everything's like really tiny on the screen. Okay, Duchess of Mandalore, and War of Truth is the first casualty. Dear God, the accuracy. Okay, trying to maintain Mandalore's neutrality, Duchess Satine is the subject of an assassination plot and framed for murder.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, girl! And this is where Obi-Wan swings into the rescue, as he should. No, I love the vibe between James and Anna in this one because, like, the bickering, they're obviously a couple who has known each other a long time, but if you know Obi-Wan and you know his rules and how staunchly he follows the Jedi Code, it's kind of unnerving to Anakin to see this happening, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, wait a minute.
And you have nerve to give me eyes about Padme?
Uh-huh. So it is like the poorest kept secret other than Anakin and Padme in the Jedi Order.
Yeah,
I should have worn my Corky
menu
Cree shirt.
Order, and definitely
Yeah. I'm telling you, if it ever comes out like that, Mark, you're gonna be like, Mark knew it all along.
Yep, that's one of my good conspiracy theories. Oh, Corky Cree is the one true Mandalore. See, this is the tangent that I was on, Sarah.
Yeah, exactly. David, I would have taken that in a heartbeat. Forget the Skywalkers and the Palpatines and what have you. If she was a Kenobi, especially after hearing Ewan's voice say, "These are the first steps," in the whisper when she like gets thrown out from the lightsaber, I would have died.
And she's like, "Oh, my father, Corky." I would have screamed in the theater because I would have been the one person and be like, Corky Crease.
You'd be bouncing up and down. Like,
yeah. That would have had to have been ejected from the theater. It would have been one of those. That's going to be me when Masters of the Universe comes out, when it finally happens.
True story.
All right, Senate murders.
Senate murders. Searching for truth is easy. Accepting the truth is hard. That's very common right now. After her friend Senator O'Nofar is murdered, Padme leads an investigation to find his murderer. And she is greatly discouraged from doing this because they don't want it to come out.
Yeah. This is a really good character study for Padme, because I think a lot of the complaints about the prequels talk about how Padme loses a lot of her agency, and even though she starts off really strong in episode 1, like, she's backseated, right, in episodes 2 and 3, and yet in the Clone Wars, she is a superhero. Like, there's nothing that lady can't do in the Senate. It achieves nothing, by the way, but, like, she solves murders, she prevents murders, she, like, rescues kidnapped people. Like, she's doing more than Anakin's doing, that's for sure. And she's excellent in this episode. She solves the murder, and like, with very little help.
Yeah. Like, now we know where Leia got it when she's, running around with the rebels stealing chips for the rebellion. Yeah.
Leia absolutely inherited all of Padme's, like, problem-solving skills and negotiation and policy and all that kind of stuff.
But also the blatant lying to people's faces while she, like, undermined them and stole things for the rebellion. Love it.
Okay, season 1, episode 1. Oh, I'm sorry, no, season 2, episode 16. Cat and Mouse. A wise leader knows when to follow. Obi-Wan and Anakin deliver troops to Christophus or something. However you say that. Put the syllable in the right place. An attempt to outmaneuver a separatist strategist. You like that? Screw that one up all over the place.
Very good syllable placement.
Yes, thank you. So what do we think about the, I just still can't get over this damn first episode, season 2. I mean, why would you do that?
To mess with us, always.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out, like, what kind of story development do you, is it a flashback to the very beginning of the story arc? But yes.
This was on Cartoon Network. So they were just all over the place with everything.
And I think that they just kept coming up with ideas after the fact. So I don't know. The show was supposed to go for 2 seasons, and then it went longer, right? So I think once it got continued, they had to be like, okay, let's look at other characters and other people, and where did it start? And they kept filling in more ideas. It feels less planned than most Star Wars things.
Yeah, well, and keep in mind, this is the beginning of the animation, and this was George and Dave. I mean, George was heavily involved in the creation of, especially the earlier portions of this show. I mean, he wasn't out of touch of this until much later. So this somehow, this has got the fingerprints of Mr. Lucas all over it.
Dave says, were they made in this order or merely aired out of order?
No, this is the intentional chronological order. I think it had less to do with, like, production being ready at the time and more just Lucas being Lucas.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this was the separatist strategist. I mean, I thought he was a really cool character because he was, at first, outmaneuvering them in every way when they were trying to get through that blockade. And it was only when Anakin showed up and did, his usual, well, I'm going to do something off the books, that they were able to succeed.
Oh, yeah. Kind of usual nonsense of, this isn't how we do things. Yeah, that makes sense, Sarah.
Sarah says yes and no. Episodes were pulled forward out of order, and stories like this one were sidelined. So they took arcs and would just throw them on Cartoon Network as they saw fit, and would just shuffle everything around. And then they had to produce a certain number of episodes per season, so they created the sideline stories.
Yeah, that's probably where like Lightsaber Lost came from as a standalone. And why I bet you they had 18 episodes about bounty hunters and they were like, oh, we got to fill out the season or whatever it was, right?
Whittle it down.
Yeah, or they had 10.
Sorry, Sarah, but it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
All right,
She
next one.
tried
Speaking
to
of bounty
warn us.
hunters, she did. Can you imagine though? Every week we're like, wait, which episode are we on? Where's the calendar? I could see that being a thing. Okay, episode 17, Bounty Hunters. Courage makes heroes, but trust builds friendships. Anakin and Ahsoka work with notorious bounty hunters to protect a village from pirates. Yeah, they arrive on this planet and they think the bounty hunters are the bad guys. The bounty hunters were hired by the natives to defend them against the pirates, which turn out to be Hondo, in his like evilest form, right? So
Yeah.
you know, who's evil here? We've got the Jedi, we've got the bounty hunters, we've got the pirates. It's a good group of bounty hunters too. Like it's a fun mix. So I like this one, and of course, like I never say no to Hondo. Like,
Yeah.
put him in everything.
In any
Oh,
form.
Hondo needs his own series.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, Sarah, I hear what you're saying that it's on Cartoon Network, except for the fact that once again, this was being might have been running on Cartoon Network, but it was being produced by Lucas and Filoni, so they had to have a serious touch on what the production order was.
To answer Dave, I think this is the episode where Anna played the bounty hunter, voiced the bounty hunter.
Yeah, she plays Sugi. Yeah, Sugi is the bounty hunter that Anna Graves plays in this episode. And I think Dave Filoni plays someone too. Hold on, let me scroll down.
Embo.
I've got too many tabs open as always. Embo, yeah.
Yep.
That's
That's why he's got that big samurai hat.
and Jim
Yes,
Cobb.
Yeah.
Jason.
Liz, of course, is Hondo.
Just kind of grunts into a mic.
Yes, the Seven
Robotically.
Samurai episode. All right, Zillow Beast, it's you, Ashley.
All right. Choose what is right, not what is easy. True story, girl. Mace and Anakin help the bugs or Dugs.
Doug's.
Sorry. Stop an invasion by separatist droids with a new proton bomb that destroys them. But the crater it leaves behind awakens a Zillow beast thought to be extinct. The Dugs want to kill it, and the Jedi look for a way to save it and contain it. I wonder why Filoni, a notorious kaiju aficionado, wanted to do this episode.
Yeah, it was a cool episode, and I love the tie-in to the Bad Batch.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the paper hands, the paper fingers. Wait, no, three
It is
fingers.
kind of an unusual looking beast with that extra hand on its back.
But I do love the Lucasfilm animation poster that they put out recently with the like point of view of the Zillow beast up top. You know.
Yeah, the Zillow Beast section is fun. It's silly, it's ridiculous, but it's no more. It's ridiculously more ridiculous when we get to Zillow Beast Strikes Back.
Yes. The most dangerous beast is the beast within. The Zillow beast escapes on Coruscant, and the Jedi must decide between saving lives and killing beast. I call this the King Kong episode because you do see the Zillow beast hanging off the side of the building, swatting at things flying around it. And it's just like... Go ahead.
God. No, if you go to Lucasfilm, there's like Ray Harryhausen and giant like King Kong statues in the lobby of like, you probably saw this, Mark. Like they have like the King Kong statue climbing the Empire State Building in the lobby of Lucasfilm, and it's pretty wild. So they were definitely inspired by that.
Okay, episode number 20, Death Trap. Who my father was matters less than the memory of him. A young Boba Fett infiltrates in a company of cadet clones and in hope of killing Mace Windu as revenge for killing his father. So, once again, this is just saying that try this again. Boba remembers Jango as his dad instead of this guy who created a clone army and all the bad things that he's done in his life. So it enables him to find vengeance in his heart for Mace Windu.
I love that Daniel Logan's back.
Yes.
I love that Boba Fett is back. I love that he teams up with other bounty hunters and gives us a little bit of that promise of the moniker of the season. They didn't rise so much as they got smushed. It was more like the meddling of the bounty hunters, because none of them achieve particularly much. They certainly don't kill Mace Windu. I'm pretty sure Aura Singh appears later, not in this episode, but she's one of my favorites, and I'm glad that we get more of Aura Singh. And I'm glad that Boba's back. That's kind of nice. They don't really do a whole lot with him, but that's fine. Okay, we have 2 more episodes to go in season 2, but we do end on a high note. I think the season goes out pretty strong. R2 come home. Adversity is a friendship's truest test. While searching for Admiral Killian and his crew on their wrecked ship, Anakin and Mace Windu become trapped after an explosion set off by Boba Fett and the bounty hunters. They must depend on R2-D2 to help save them, which makes sense. R2-D2 is always saving the day at all times. He is a little hero. We do see a lot of bounty hunters, and we get to see Boba Fett confront Mace Windu, which that's kind of cool. It's rare that you get to have a conversation with the killer of someone you care about in Star Wars, right? And he's not wrong for being mad that his dad is dead, but also he's the bad guy.
Yeah.
I loved when R2 gets back to Coruscant and you see him going down the halls, and there's this big wide hallway, but there's these 2 droids in the middle that no, R2's got to go right through the middle.
Boom.
Yeah. He was Chopper before Chopper.
The original menace.
Yeah. He was a menace, and then Chopper made it. Chopper was like, I'll do you one better, war criminal. Good times. All right, Ashley, do the season finale, lethal trackdown.
Ooh, revenge is a confession of pain. Boba and Aura head to Florum with the hostages, hoping to secure the help of Hondo. Ahsoka and Master
Plo Koon.
Oh yeah, it is Plo Koon. Master Plo Koon head to the Coruscant underworld looking for clues to where the bounty hunters may have headed. Boba is starting to have doubts about Aura's tactics.
Mm-hmm.
So again, she's kind of like a parental figure to him, as bad as she is, and she just leaves him to be captured or killed by these people. And it's like, no, don't leave me. And she takes off in his ship to save her own skin. And it's kind of sad because once again, Boba's on his own. And
yeah, you almost feel sorry for him. He's he left me. He couldn't believe it.
Like, don't leave me. And she's just like, nope, into the pod. Let's go.
And Ahsoka takes down Slave One with Aura in it, and the ship crashes. And you could suspect at that moment that Aura might not have made it, but I believe she returns in the Clone Wars. And certainly we hear that she did make it based on Solo, a Star Wars story, and how we know, she really goes out. Yeah, I thought this was a really satisfying conclusion to the season. I like that we get a lot of characters because I feel like season finale should feel big and expensive, and we certainly have a good number of bounty hunters. We never get a lot of Mace Windu in this show, and so it's nice to see him. Plo Koon is always a favorite. I've always had a big appreciation for him, especially since he's I always forget there's a word for it. The one who brings in the kids to the temple. He's the one who brought in Ahsoka, so he'll always be very important. And James Arnold Taylor just does a great job voicing him. So, yeah, and Jason I think nails it. There's a lot of Kurosawa in this season, more than most. Some of it with the bounty hunters, some of it with just the samurai feeling of these visiting other worlds and dealing with these external threats. And Seven Samurai episode, it's amazing.
I agree. I think that this is the season where George started to have less of an influence, and you could see more of Dave's influences come through. That's why it's so Kurosawa and Godzilla, heavy-handed for that, because it's everything that he loves kind of pushed to the forefront. And George wanted Dave to take over this.
Mhm.
Makes sense.
The season also showed the stories becoming more dark. I mean, you've got Cad Bane. I mean, this is supposed to be a children's show, but Cad Bane is torturing a Jedi. Aura Singh shoots an unarmed prisoner. Ahsoka and Barriss were forced to kill clone troopers. You've got the zombies. Anakin uses the Force to torture a prisoner in Brain
I
Invaders.
forgot about that.
He tortures, uses the Force on Poggle. And then, of course, to me, it was kind of dark. You're seeing a hint of Anakin's dark side when he killed Merrick in Voyage of the Temptation.
Yeah, those are all great call outs, Sherry, because I agree we're getting darker, which is kind of the point of the show, right? We should see his march to darkness, and there should be more instances here and there. Like, it's so shocking when Anakin kills that guy in Voyage of Temptation. Like, it's so, like, how are they going to solve this thing? And then all of a sudden there's like a lightsaber that fully goes through this man's chest from behind, and the look of shock on his face matched mine. Like, he was just as surprised to be killed as I was surprised to see it.
Like, a Jedi actually killed me? What?
It was awesome. And there's the thing is, and then they start building that progression as we get closer to Revenge of the Sith, where there's sort of more instances of that. But yeah, we're definitely dipping into the dark side in this season. The bounty hunters, I think, are all really fun additions to the cast, even if they pop in here or there. The only thing I did in prep for this was really thinking about what my favorite episodes were, and I feel like I've mentioned it a few times already. That Voyage of Temptation is one that I've rewatched numerous times. That little arc of Voyage of Temptation, Mandalore plot, and Duchess of Mandalore are my go-tos for season 2, just full stop. What about you? We'll go around. Ashley, and then Sherry, and then Skip.
No, I really loved that last episode because I think it set Boba Fett up for the future. And how he just kind of became like a lone wolf for hire, regardless of how many other bounty hunters he worked with. But it kind of allowed Dave to close out the season as he wanted to. And you can definitely see the storytelling is the strongest it's been at that point for the entire series. And I definitely really liked it.
I'm like with you, Mark. I have to go with that Mandalorian arc. Yeah, one, because as I said before, it introduces us to Mandalore, which becomes a whole different thing in the Star Wars universe. But also because it hints at what if could have happened if Satine had asked Obi-Wan to leave the Order. Where would Anakin have been? It could be a whole different story.
Oh yeah. The questions asked in this season are some really good ones, especially Obi-Wan Satine. If we were able to do a what if series in Star Wars, kind of like Marvel's What If or whatever, I would love a version where Obi-Wan and Satine get to like live their lives. Maybe he's like not the king. What is it when you're married to the queen? You don't get to be the king. You get to be like a duke or some shit. He's the Duke of Mandalore. I love that.
The queen's consort.
Yeah. Consort. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great. Whatever silly little role we can give him, he could be Satine's front man. Because she was good. She was a good leader, consort. All right, I'm the only one who doesn't seem to know this word, apparently.
Well, that's because what Prince Philip was to Queen Elizabeth.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Please
and
hold.
Kind of what Camilla is now to King Charles.
Right, because she's not the queen.
She is queen.
Oh, she is?
Yes. She was crowned.
But she doesn't get to like have lineage. Oh wait, because they're not her kids who are going to be.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought she was the queen consort.
Yeah. Whatever. These people have money and titles and crowns and nonsense.
They don't just arguing over them.
Yeah. They're about as real as the people on this show, like in the Clone Wars. All right, Skips, what are your favorite episodes?
Oh, I'm down with Sherry and you. The Mandalore episodes. I love the interaction between Satine and Obi-Wan. I think it's giving another rendition of the Padme Anakin thing, only done in the way that only Obi-Wan could handle it.
Hi,
Um,
Lonnie.
and
Lonnie.
yes, hi, Lonnie. And I just think that those are fun. I think you get a taste of what the real Mandalore is, because all we've seen is Jango Fett up until this point, and maybe before that even Boba Fett, even though that goes in reverse order. But hey, it's Clone Wars; nothing's in order. So I like that. I did. I really enjoyed Bad Batch, so that the Zillow Beast tie-in also was like a close number two.
Mhm.
Is Omega using the Zillow Beast to escape was really cool.
Very smart. There's a lot that gets pulled from this season into other things.
Yeah.
It's definitely an important season for sure. All right. Well, that is season 2 of Clone Wars, you guys. I hope you loved it as much as we did. I think it's a really strong season overall. It has like its its deficiencies, but I think in general, big step up from season 1.
Oh, definitely.
Really,
Yeah.
really important character introductions with like Satine and the return of Boba Fett, the introduction of a bunch of the bounty hunters, the background on Mandalore, the Zillow Beast, all the things that you guys said, I think really lays the foundation, taking us into the next few seasons. And you could see, it's amazing to think that like Anna Graves and Mandalore become what it becomes as we get to Sam Witwer as Maul taking over Mandalore, and then the final season when we do Siege of Mandalore. Like we could do a whole Mandalore run, and believe me, I have toyed with that idea for watch-alongs and whatnot. But another time. With that, thank you everyone for joining. We have a few announcements before we go because there's some breaking news. First off, Rebel ScumCon is back for 2026. I already mentioned August 7th through the 9th in Frisco, Texas. We have our own announcement on top of it. And while it seems like this might have been announced already, we are officially announcing it here. Everyone get ready for Boonta Eve, Texas 2 Electric Boogaloo, August 7th, 2026 in Frisco, Texas. And if you're old enough to get that reference, it is time to schedule your colonoscopy.
Oh,
So,
no.
Oh, don't remind me.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone on this call qualifies. So
The doctor
we
yelled
are
at me last week for not having one, Miss.
yeah, and all the other things. But we are so excited to be partnering with Rebel ScumCon again. I love that show. It was one of the highlights of the year.
And I will once again be living vicariously through all of you because I will be in Boston once again for that.
I totally understand. And if you can't make it to Texas, we also have the family vacation happening just a few weeks after that in September in Orlando. So lots going on next year, as I mentioned, hence the point of our little retreat, but so excited to be going back to Texas. They also announced 2 big guests tonight. So of course the boys were live on Rebel Scum. I'm trying to pay attention on the side. Paul Lee was announced, and Ray Park, which I would say Ray Park is probably their headliner guest right now for Texas. Very exciting. And then just a couple things to catch you up with on our side of things. We had our event with Diana Lee and Asanto. Go check out all of the pictures and everything up on our Facebook page. It was fantastic. Thank you again to VIP Home Theaters for hosting us. Make sure you listen to the hour-long interview or 45-minute long interview that Chris Mock did with her on Mocktails for the Cantina. That was a blast. We had a fantastic time meeting a whole bunch of new friends up in San Francisco. Really fun time, and we hope like we do more little things like this, so even when there isn't a convention, even if people are just traveling, that we're able to get together and hang out. So some things coming up on the network. First of all, so excited, we have a new show launching this Friday, Life at Lightspeed, new podcast with Colin Weaver. He was introduced on the network last week. He'll be talking about all things news, and he just loves Star Wars. We met him down in Texas. New show launches this Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern on the Facebook page and on YouTube. So be sure to follow him and check it out. And then next week, we have the return of I Know with Sarah and JB. And you know what they know about this week? Do you want to know? You guys want to know?
Sure.
Yeah, they're doing their spooky season scary moments. So they're going to talk all things spooky and scary in Star Wars. So they've got a little listicle going, which is very exciting. I'm excited to see how their rankings line up with each other, right? Because there's some scary shit in Star Wars. So they're going to get into that. So that'll be next Wednesday, October 29th. This Thursday, we're having fun. Spooky season will be also like something of a comedy night this Thursday. We're keeping it nice and fun and what I would call entry-level horror with the original Ghostbusters, which I'm surprised we never covered on this channel. It actually would fit for like a movie we're thankful for, because there's just so much sort of overlap in these two fandoms, I think, with Star Wars and Ghostbusters. So I joined the boys this Thursday at 9:30. My understanding, too, is they're going to talk a little more about the trip that we took, a little bit of Lucasfilm and the ranch and Rancho Obi-Wan. I know lots of people from this group have been to Rancho, so we want to hear of all your stories as well. So it'll be a fun night of chasing down some ghosts with the Ghostbusters.
Hey,
you go
Dave,
to the
no
Carpathian and
No,
whatnot.
Dave. No.
What is Dave saying?
Scariest things in Star Wars, The Last Jedi.
no.
I don't think so. Most original
boy.
thing in Star Wars. Just
Oh
saying.
God! Please don't go there.
Yeah, let's not fight
The
over
worst thing in Star Wars.
which movies we like and dislike.
We're gonna throw down just like the internet.
Yeah. All right, that's everything for tonight. Thanks everyone for joining, and thank you Sherry for
thanks, Sherry.
co-hosting and writing our list. We're gonna bring you on more frequently.
Oh, okay.
Keeping us organized.
She's like, no. That was her polite way of being like, no, thank you.
No, that's not it. I'm with Skip. As long as I don't have to push buttons.
Don't be voluntold, Sherry.
Yeah.
Stand up for yourself.
Voluntold shirts are coming soon. We were talking about that on the needed merch.
By the way, your polos looked amazing. Like, you guys looked like you were truly on a business trip.
We wanted to look professional in the various settings, and we are probably going to make those polos available more broadly.
Cool.
So
Sounds
more to
good.
come on that front as we examine more merch that we need. By the way, check out all of our other merch. We have so much merch. Visit our TeePublic. Who knows?
Merch.
Eventually there might be a polo with our logo on it, because it actually really did turn out nice. Not that I was worried, but like sometimes, you see an idea and it's like, oh, that'll be fine. And then in real life, they were really nice.
That's very cool.
All right.
Cool.
Lonnie, I'm sad I missed you as well. Thank you for, I know that John was sending you pictures. I'm trying to see if I missed any other comments up here. Yeah. Thanks, JB. Yeah, this was all Sherry pulling it together. I couldn't remember a thing about a thing. I would have been like just reading off of the IMDb descriptions.
Or the Wikipedia, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, the Wookiee.
Yes, you did, Skip.
Well, I just know that going through the Disney Plus and the little brief descriptions there is like, well, that doesn't tell me what happened on the show.
No, it never does. It's never spoilery enough. That's why.
All right, you guys want to watch it with us.
That's the new name. Jocasta fucking new.
Yeah, we'll put that on the shirt too, and we'll get immediately
You
copyrighted.
got it. Dave, we need a T.
Ashley calls me Sure-Costa.
Sure-Costa new.
Oh, all right, we can try that. We'll come up with something fun for that. Voluntold is next, though. That shirt is in the mix, from what I understand. So, all right. Well, everyone, be sure to check out the Rebel Scum guys as well. So when you're done watching this, go check out their live that they just did on Instagram. I believe they'll be posting that to their Facebook or their YouTube to get all the news on Rebel Scum Con, and check out all the other programming.
I've already reserved my room.
Oh, excellent. And check out all the other program happening on the network this week, and hopefully we'll see you guys on the Zoom tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Come to Zoom.
Yep. All right, Sherry, do you want to take us out?
Oh gosh, 2 minutes. May the force be with you, and bright suns to everyone.
And long live the Republic. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Hello there. Hi, I'm Mark Von Olin, the Director of Programming at the Virtual Cantina Network, and I'm here with James Arnold Taylor, the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yes, I know that one well. I have the high ground if I do. Wait, yes. Thank you. Now I have the high ground. And you are watching Clone Wars Revisited. This is the show you're looking for.